EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
27, Mike, 27. I got you, Pop. Check nickel.
Fair.
Check third.
Hey, lock it.
Jim.
Let's go.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Let's go. Check 99. Shift. Say. He's checking.
Rock it. Now.
Second and 4. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Mike 51. I got one.
Smooth.
Mike 51.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go 6-6, bullet high.
Get wide. Tighten up. Kill. He's coming. Double up.
Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. This will be caught by Brown. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Check. Deuce. Check.
Be grip.
And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Go. 18 Gators.
Rip right. Slam.
Go out.
Slam.
Squeeze.
Check 49.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Check 37. Switch.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Check yourself, baby. Mike's 49.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's go now. 30 base, let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
2nd and 6. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
All day. Hey, check 24, check 24. Shift. Go on. Switch.
Back to throw here. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 8, read.
2nd and 13. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, They turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Flushed out right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Brady to throw. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Slide 20.
Slam.
Ball 50. Hey, wahoo!
Brady now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let him know.
Ready, go!
On first down, Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay, Frank. 49's a mic. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's flat.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. That throw by Brady, incomplete.
Along with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
66. Bravo.
47 Mike. 47.
It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Alabama.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Out.
Throwing again. Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 21 yards there on third down.
Ready. 6-yard line. Check right.
On first down, Lindsey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now it's Lindsey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Mike, 49. Let's go, D.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Mike's 47. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Showing it.
On second down now, it's Miller. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Wait, that 380.
Check, 47.
I'm not ready.
He's coming. We got double up. He's moving, boys, he's moving.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Kill. Check 26. Check.
72.
Check. Switch.
72.
Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Brady now just 2 of 5 since coming on, but he does have a first down here.
Hey, 66.
Now Brady. Got a man. It's Brown. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Alabama.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. They'll set up a throw. Rolling to his right. Open man is Michael Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Get it, boy! Get it, boy!
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Alert flare, alert flare, alert!
Now it's Miller. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. That one a first down pickup of 8.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike 27, watch the screen.
Check it, reload.
You got tape. You got tape.
Hey, exit.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Sugar, sugar.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Mike's 47. Mike.
On play action, it's Brady. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Echo. Hey, let's go. 15.
Now Brady. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
First down, Bills.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Go Bandit!
Mike's 47.
Shotgun now for Brady. And John Brown's got it complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Well, they've held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play and finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Bound to lose one.
Alert! Alpha!
Play action. Now it's Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get. The football back.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Here we go. 8, read. Record.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Another run by Lindsey. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
So don't say nothing.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Recon, 132 fighter.
Alert 3.
A first down carry now for Miller. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch safety crease.
They'll run it again with Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Alpha.
47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
I got him.
47's the Mike.
Fire.
On first down, it's Miller, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, and the Bills cut into that lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll run here with Lindsey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
Check 9, check 9. Ready.
On 3rd down, Lindsey. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, they frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
50. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Be good.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Ready, ready.
This is Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
You don't need weapon.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.